The Muldowney Foundation is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide support for patients who have suffered traumatic brain injuries, or TBI. It hopes to increase public awareness of what TBI patients and their families are facing during recovery. Recently, the Muldowney Foundation has formed another goal: to foster interest in developing software applications for TBI patients. For our first semester, we focused on creating an online community portal where developers could work with TBI patients and medical professionals to build tools and applications to aid recovery. Our second semester focused on developing a Connect application intended to help recover motor skills in TBI patients. We were to complete these tasks with the help and guidance of our liaisons, Todd and Kurt Rudolph. The Muldowney Foundation was founded on the hope to improve the process of recovery for TBI patients by providing a way to promote awareness and provide resources for the patients and their families through the use of tech development. Sparked by the series of events following Brian Kelly's accident, his friends and family realized that even with the right intentions, without the funding and resources, the recovery process could only reach a select few patients. Thus, in turn, the Muldowney Foundation was created. Their motto resonates their goals, from your hearts to their minds. We began our research by seeing if there were any other existing SCIs available for the healthcare realm. This research led to looking at MedHelp and other forums for examples on how we should structure our own portal. However, we did not find a good example of a developer community. With our limited budget, Atlassian products best fit our needs as an appropriate product to create our developer community. Our goal was to be able to easily port our community portal onto an existing server once the Muldowney Foundation acquired a permanent host. Thus, we chose to do our work on virtual machines. On a temporary VM, we installed a Linux OS because of its open source functionality and its compatibility with Atlassian products, which would simplify the configuration of Confluence, Jira, and Fisheye.
We decided that we would use Confluence for the discussion board of our web portal. During a meeting with our liaison Todd, we discussed a two-sided community with a front end where patients and medical experts can propose project ideas, and a back end where developers can then work on developing such ideas into future tools for TBI recovery. Our focus was on creating the back end. Though focusing on developer roles, medical experts, TBI patients, and family members can still use this part of the website to give feedback and receive updates on project development. With Confluence, we set up different account types with varying permissions depending on the target user and access to group spaces for each project. We also applied the Zen plugin to improve the interface by making it easier to navigate Confluence. We then integrated the task manager Jira to allow projects to be easily divided into subtasks for developers, as well as Fisheye to help in version control. By using Atlassian products, all development tools could be contained within a single server without the need to use products like GitHub and third-party forums. While creating the appropriate spaces for our target users, we discovered that utilizing preset permission settings had limitations and were difficult to customize. We frequently contacted TSG to solve our permission problems on the VM server because it limited our ability to fully configure the Atlassian products and bundle it for porting to another server.
For second semester, we brainstormed possible applications to aid the recovery and rehabilitation of TBI patients. We were debating between using a mobile or Connect platform. After listing the pros and cons of each, we decided on developing for the Connect because it would allow patients to engage in physical activity and could expedite rehabilitation. It is also one of the newest forms of technology that is being pursued for medical purposes. When we initially looked at developer SDKs, Microsoft's given Beta SDK had limited capabilities and could only be used for development through Visual Studio. We had several alternatives in the form of third-party providers that offered open-source Connect development tools. We decided to utilize Zigfoo with the Unity IDE as our development environment because it is easy to use, even for non-developers. Looking at example applications and seeing the potential of developing with the Connect, we brainstormed various game-like applications that could help patients practice basic physical motions and improve coordination. Working with Todd and Kurt, we sketched a storyboard of the game with different levels for the patient.
The following videos illustrate the basic functionalities of motion capture and selection between a real hand and a virtual object. These small applications were written based on the example code provided with Zigfoo's ZDK. During our development, many SDKs released their commercial versions, allowing a more refined and well-documented version of their code. Though we weren't able to fully create the game we had in mind, future developers can look at the documentation we had written up in our applications and our thorough analysis that compiles different research and development about the Connect for future projects. Over the course of the year, we were able to gather an understanding of the goals and aspirations for the Muldowney Foundation. We were able to build a portal to allow interactions between different users interested in working on applications for TBI patients. We also started exploring the very new and relatively undocumented area of Connect development. We experimented with small applications and wrote on company documentation for the benefit of future Connect developers. With this progress in mind, future developers of Muldowney Foundation can work on improving the portal or even finding better alternatives for TBI community. Our work will allow them to start off with a better understanding of what tools and environments exist for the creation of tech projects that can help with patient recovery.